Welcome back, Alphas. Invictus Launch Week brings a new event to the verse and to the RSI Pledge Store. Time to talk ship sale tactics again, even when you don't have money to pledge. So hold position. May 22nd through June 1st, we're setting course to return to the Buyback Convention Center at Area 18. To showcase military-focused ships and ground vehicles, Invictus Fleet Week will be held in the same place as the 2949 International Aerospace Expo on ArcCorp. You know, the 2019 anniversary sale. Memories.
We have
What,
to
do you think they were
save
selling
him.
those pets?
Yeah, we
Grab
have
him.
to save him.
Grab him!
Carrie, I'll save you. Let's go, Myrtle.
Expositions like this are great for shenanigans and test flying ships. We'll be able to walk up to the ships on the showroom floor, hold down F like Foxtrot, and then select Rent. Then, when we go to spawn a ship, we'll see them appear at the ASOP terminal with the rental timer counting down our free fun. And the rental ships change every few days. Because of this, we don't even need a game package to play during this whole 11-day long free fly event. So I helped the project. Probably more than I should. Yet, I still want to see the project succeed. I also like to buy ships whenever I have the inclination and the cash, even though they are not currently for sale. No matter what ships are in my hangar, I always have my eye on others. Not really wanting to wait until some of those ships are for sale, I have built out my buyback list as a personal ship store, so I can give CIG money whenever I feel like it. And sometimes I see a cool game mechanic that gets added to the game, and I want to experience it. Or maybe I just get bored and want to buy myself something shiny one night. Shiny online presents for me on my schedule. Now let's say we melted a game package worth $45 USD at the beginning of the ship sale in the free flight event. Then we visit the RSI Pledge Store. And now we have an extra $45 in store credit to pick up whatever standalone ships we can get with our real money store credit. So consider melting your game package and either melt one of your new standalone ships at the end of the event and buy another game package. Or if you haven't burned it yet, you could use your buyback token this quarter to buy back your original game package, the one you just melted at the beginning of the event. You could buy it back with store credit after the 11 days of free flight are passed. But here's a word of caution. Listen up. Do not melt your game package if you have used a ship upgrade, like a CCU token, to get to your current ship. If you do melt it, you'll get your money back as store credit, sure. Yet, when you go to buy that ship package back, it will only allow you to buy the original game package before it was upgraded. And if you really wanted that ship back, you'd have to try and wait for when that ship upgrade is for sale again. For example, if you upgraded your Aurora game package to a concept Carrack back when the Carrack costs less than it does today as it's flyable, do not melt that game package, or you will only end up with being able to buy back the Aurora package, and you'll have a bunch of store credit left over, yet not enough to buy back your big old busty exploration spaceship. Oh, if you don't yet have an RSI account or a game package, no worries. I've posted a direct link in the description below. It even has a referral code so you can get started with some in-game money instead of starting out broke. So what you'll need is a PC with at least a 4GB video card, at least 16 gigabytes of RAM, and you're going to need a thick 62 gigs free on an SSD. Then create an account, claim your in-game handle before somebody else does, and remember to use that code so you get 5,000 starting credits. The link's in the description. I help you, you help me. See? Oh, and those of you who already play Star Citizen and just were patiently waiting through that speech, be sure to invite your friends who have a gaming rig and then give them your referral code so that they don't have to bum credits off of you every time there's a patch wipe or an account reset. It's under your settings tab in the RSI site. If it's anything like the anniversary sales in Q4 that they do every year, we'll be able to pledge for many, many different ships and ground vehicles. CIG likes money to fund development, and we like variety to fund adventure. So here's how you get access to your own personal ship store year-round. Step 1. Determine what you can melt. If you exchanged your entire fleet for store credit, how much would you have? What ships do you want? How much do they cost? Now, What do you absolutely have to keep? Like I said before, avoid melting CCU'd ships unless you have a chance to buy them again at the same price, or you'll be okay with not getting that ship back at that original price that you had paid. Step 2, set an alarm and start early on day 1 of the sale. And every time you buy a new ship during that event, set an alarm for 24 hours later. Anytime you pledge for a ship year-round and you buy one with store credit or cash, you can melt it for store credit again as soon as 24 hours later. But you gotta wait 24 hours. Therefore, to add depth to your buyback list for the future, start early on the first day of the sale, because you'll have to wait 24 hours to melt it and pick up the other ships that you've been eyeing. If life happens and you miss that exact time, 24 hours later, the next ship you buy has that 24-hour cooldown to melt it. And now you're later in the day for the next melt. And over the course of an event like this, that's 11 days, you might be having to wait until 2 in the morning before you can melt again. So do your best to melt as soon as you can, as soon as that 24 hours is up since you bought it. And then you can buy the next batch of ships as soon as possible. Step 3. Even though this event showcases 2 to 3 days per manufacturer, you'll want to pick up as many ships as you can each day and melt them. So start melting and buying with your store credit. Do your best to buy ships that are not typically offered in the pledge store anymore. Those ones that are only offered once in a blue moon. That way you can have access to even more ships in the future at your best possible price. And as you've probably noticed, some ships go up in price as time goes on. For even more detail on this and an example of how timing could impact you, rewatch this video about anniversary sale tricks. Link is at 2 o'clock, up high, coming in hot. Step 4, decide what fleet you want to end the sale with, and keep those ships as you buy them, only using your remaining store credit to keep rolling ships into your buyback list for later. To build your own personal year-round pledge store, buy the standalone ships from the banner ad on the RSI site during the 11-day event, or from the pledge store, the extras tab. Get the actual ships so you can melt them and add them to your deepening buyback list. You can buy back those ships with store credit and burn your buyback token once every 3 months, or you can buy them back with fresh money anytime you want. Fresh money pledges can even be gifted one time if the ship is less than $1,000 value and was not bought with store credit. Now, I specialize in ship sale tricks, and trust me, if you want to build out 10 plus pages of buyback ships for later purchase, do not buy CCU tokens to upgrade to another ship unless you're planning on walking away from that ship sale with that ship to which you just upgraded. Remember, melting on a cross-chassis upgraded ship loses the upgraded token, and it just gives you back your original money as credit. The same applies to those best in show skins, by the way. If you melt it, the skin upgrade will be lost. It was applied, it's melted, done. For more detailed tips and tricks on how you can get more for your money when applying upgrades to previous ship purchases, check out this video, link is up top. So aim to get as many actual standalone ships as you can, so you can reward yourself with some shiny anytime you feel like pledging some more cash for new ships, without having to wait months for a good ship sale. If we see some good insurance packages, such as LTI or something that lasts for years, like they offer during the anniversary sale, then consider picking up as many inexpensive ships as you can, especially ones that are still in concept and are not yet flyable. Those tend to cost less than they do when they're flyable and in-game, so you could melt it. You could put it on ice in your buyback list for later, and when you're ready, you can buy those back, upgrade them to another ship, while retaining the enhanced insurance package, and you'd save some money. Basically the difference between what you paid and what the hull is worth once it's flyable. For example, I picked up a bunch of Dragonflies back when they were $35 on concept, and now the hull is worth $45 towards a new ship if I want to upgrade and CCU to something bigger. For more tips and tricks like I mentioned, you can check out my other videos from previous ship sales. I have a whole playlist just for you. The link is in orbit at the top of your screen now. And I'm hoping that they add a 12th day, as is tradition for these big events, when they would offer all the ships for sale from all the manufacturers. Pretty much everything that didn't already sell out. Limited quantity capital ships. It sure would be cool if CIG gave us an extra day to give them even more money. It'd be like the 12 days of Christmas for CIG. I'm just saying. Sub for more tips and tricks, and if this video helped you in any way, help the channel with a quick like. Then, I know to keep making these type of videos for you and your org mates. 07 citizens, and be on the lookout for me and the 1099 alphas at the convention center, enjoying some hard-earned shore leave shenanigans. Live here on Spacebook. Not really. I'm not pretending. Because I have a camera on my head.